House. Welcome everyone that's joining us live, and welcome those that are watching us on replay. I'm Brant Miner. I get to be your host today for this event. I'm really excited to be here. We'll get to hear a little bit from my colleagues, and then we will go over the rundown, and then I'll give you a little bit of a Pacific 101, your introduction to Pacific. So I get to help students from Southern California, the Sacramento area, and then Portland metro area. So the students that go to high schools in Multnomah County. So that's who I am. I've been at Pacific now 6 years. The first 5 years, I was just a basketball coach. Well, not just, but I was just coaching basketball. And recently, now I get to help recruit all students and work with all students to help them get here to Pacific. So I'm going to have my colleagues introduce themselves so that way you can get to know a little bit more or meet a few of the other people that you may be working with here at Pacific. So I'll pass this off. I don't know which way you guys are, but I'll go, what do they say, beauty before age, or we'll pass this off to Gracie. Gracie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thanks, Brant. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Gracie. I'm an admissions counselor here at Pacific University. I have the opportunity to help students from Washington State and Colorado, as well as any students who are living abroad. So if one of you are from any of those places, I will definitely get to help you and be your admissions counselor. So feel free to reach out and we'll make sure that all of our contact information is shared after this. But so glad you can join us either live in person or virtually. I am now going to pass the baton off to my amazing colleague, Devin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Devin Jones, one of the admissions counselors here at Pacific University. So in terms of the kind of the regions I work with the state of Arizona, Nevada, Utah, and then the very northern part of California, and from about kind of Kaiser on south, in Oregon, all the way to Medford, Oregon. So excited to work with you all, and I'm going to pass it off to Uncle Jeff.
Hey, thanks, Devin. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Grunden. I'm an admissions counselor here at Pacific as well. I am a boxer. So I went to school here, was a student athlete here. I'm a retired coach. I coached here for many years. Not basketball like Coach Miner Brent did, but football, baseball, and men's soccer. And I work with all the wonderful students in Washington County, here in Oregon, Clackamas County, Yamhill County, Columbia County, and the Central Valley of California, south of Sacramento to Bakersfield. So if you're from any of those areas, then I'm the lucky person that gets to work with you. So we're going to turn it over to Brant. Brant, take it away. Thanks, everybody. We're really happy that you guys are here. We want you to come see us in person.
Absolutely. We would love to have you come visit. Thank you, Uncle Jeff. The students that are lucky enough to work with Uncle Jeff are the lucky ones. He's been here for a while. He has great experience. He definitely knows all things about Pacific. So here's what the day will look like. I'll give you a little rundown of what our afternoon, hour and 45 minutes up to maybe 2 hours. Won't keep you much longer than that. So I appreciate you watching live or on replay. But first thing we'll do is I'll give you a little what we call our Pacific 101. So kind of a rundown of who we are and what we're about here at Pacific. We'll do a little question and answer time. So if you have questions, you're welcome to drop them in the chat below, or you can unmute and ask them as we go, or wait until that question and answer period. Then we will have a virtual campus tour. So we will do a live virtual tour of campus. We do a leapfrog tour. So we'll have one of our amazing students, Precious, will be at one spot, while Andrew is relocating to another spot on campus. And then we'll turn it over the camera to one of them, and they'll go back and forth showing you around our beautiful, beautiful campus. Then we have a little conclusion wrap up. Take any last minute questions if you have any, and then we will wrap up and let you get on with your day. So with that, I guess I'm going to go ahead and get started. I will see if I can figure out how to pull up the right screen here so everybody can see my presentation. So let's see if this does it. Boom. There we go. So that looks like it is accurate to me. So welcome to the Pacific University Junior Open House. We're going to get to tell you guys about Pacific, a little bit about the background, the different majors we offer, kind of try to give you a little bit of an insight into the atmosphere and the vibes of campus, and tell you a little bit more about all the different clubs and activities. So we will see if I can get to the next slide. There we go. So where are we? I know we have people joining us from the East Coast, Colorado, all over the country. So we are about 30 minutes west of Portland, Oregon. So downtown Portland out here to Forest Grove, it's about a half hour. It's a college town. We have about 26,000 people in our town of Forest Grove. The university has been here since 1849. That was 10 years before Oregon was even a state. Pacific was a school out here. It was actually started as an orphanage for children who lost their parents on the Oregon Trail. So we've been a school for a long time, and we're about an hour from the Pacific Ocean. So we're kind of in the middle of Portland and the ocean. You can get to the Oregon coast, and Seaside and Cannon Beach are just a little over an hour. And then if you head the other way past Portland, we're about 2 hours from Mount Hood. So that's your skiing, snowboarding, about 2 hours from the mountains and about an hour from the Pacific. If you enjoy surfing, you will need a wetsuit, but the Pacific Ocean is not far. We are in a college town. Everybody has Go Boxers in their window. You get happy hour all day at a few of the restaurants in town, 10% off at most of the places to eat here in Forest Grove. So it's nice that you're in a college town, but you can get to the city of Portland for concerts or Blazers games, musical theater, or really good places to eat. If you're a foodie like me, Portland is a great place. A little bit more about Pacific. So 80% of our classes have fewer than 20 students. The average class size here at Pacific is 19. Students, that means you cannot hide. Professors will know you by name. They will call on you in class. You're expected to be engaged. It is important that you show up to class and participate. So the average student to teacher ratio is 10-1. And this next piece is extremely important. We have a 4-year graduation guarantee. How does that work? How can you guarantee that? As long as you meet with your academic advisor once a year, you declare your major and stick with the major that you declare at the end of sophomore year, and pass your classes. You gotta pass your classes. Then we guarantee our students graduate in 4 years. That's a big advantage, knowing that you're either going to be off to graduate school or in a career tracked job after 4 years. Some schools now it's taking 5, maybe even 5.25 years, 5.5 years to get your bachelor's. We guarantee that you will have your bachelor's degree in 4 years. So what do you want to study? What are you interested in studying? You can see here a list of many of the different areas of studies that we offer at Pacific. So we do have everything from accounting to sports leadership and management. We added a few new majors a couple years ago: sports communication, sports leadership and management, outdoor leadership. We also have a 4-year bachelor's of engineering. We're really strong in the exercise science, which if you looked at this and you say, but you don't have exercise science, it's kinesiology. So if you don't see what you're interested in studying, if you're watching this on replay, if you're watching this live and you don't see what you are interested in studying, reach out to your admissions counselor, reach out to me, and we'll see if there's anything that we might have. Because if you think exercise science and you pass on that, you'd be passing on one of the top PT kinesiology schools on the West Coast and in the country. So if you don't see what you might be interested in studying, feel free to reach out and we'll see if maybe it's called something different, or if we don't have it, we will tell you that and not make anything up, but it might be under a different name or something like that. So the pre-professional tracks, those are not majors. Those are programs help design to get you into grad school in either medical school or law school, dental school, pharmacy, PT, PA studies, help you get into grad school for one of those areas. So are you a good school? We are the top private research institution in the Northwest. And that's not just me saying that or making things up. That is the National Science Foundation who declares or awards that honor to us. We are the top private research institution in the Northwest, and we are one of the top 8 on the West Coast. So that includes a lot of the big name schools. I don't need to throw names out there, but we are one of the top on the West Coast. That's our president, Dr. Jenny Coyle on the right. She is the president. She was a boxer as a student. She was a Pacific undergrad student. She has been a parent of students at Pacific. Her son graduated as a doctor from our College of Optometry, and she was a professor in our School of Optometry, the dean of our College of Optometry, and now she is our president. So I just wanted to point that out, that is who that is in that photo. The Pacific Priority Program. This is one of a kind. This is something that you as a freshman can have a guaranteed seat conditionally in one of those areas that you see on the screen. So I'll give you a second. You can look through those different areas. So this is if you are a freshman or junior at Pacific, you can sign up for one of these priority positions. Basically, you're saving your seat in one of these different programs. So you can, as a freshman, know that if you meet a certain GPA requirement and scores and get the right letters of recommendation, you are guaranteed a seat in one of these programs. This is huge. It's an amazing way that we're rewarding our undergrads with conditional acceptance into these doctorate and master's level programs. So really cool program, definitely something to look into and compare with other schools that you're potentially looking at. Is what is their success rate of getting their students into graduate programs? And this is a way that as a freshman, before you even start your coursework at Pacific, we're rewarding our undergrads because we know how strong they are and how well prepared they are with a seat in the Pacific doctorate or master's levels program. 83%, huge number. This is actually low. I've seen it as high as 93% of our graduates within 6 months of graduation either have a job in their field of study, are in an internship, or in graduate school. That is a huge number. You coming to a school like Pacific, going to class, being involved in clubs and organizations, and getting your college degree, that's not enough. And a lot of people think that's what you go to college for, but for us at Pacific, it's about your next step after Pacific. We really want our students to hit the ground running upon graduation. So graduating, not saying you have to have all the answers when you're 22 or 23, but if you graduate and you look at your mom and dad and say, what do we do now? What do I do now? Then we have failed as a university. And that's why we are so big about getting our students ready for that next step, that step after college. And once you're a boxer, you're always a boxer. You can always come back to our Career Development Center, get your resume touched up, get a mock interview, help you if you're looking to change careers. There is always, once you're a boxer, you're always a boxer. Student life, what's student life like? The students at Pacific are extremely engaged. You can see my backdrop. Well, maybe not now because you're seeing the screen. But my background is the luau. The luau is our largest event here on campus at Pacific. Our luau is larger than our football games, basketball games. The largest event that we hold is our annual spring luau. There's a lot of the students that are in our Hawaiian club, but there is all sorts of different activities that students can get involved with here on our campus. Everything from Dungeons and Dragons Club to, I believe they just started the Taylor Swift fan club. Don't quote me on that, but the nice thing is if there isn't a club or organization that you're interested in, you can start your own. All it takes is, I believe, 5 of your friends and a faculty or staff advisor, and you can start your own club. You actually even get funding from the student government to help you start your club. So with that, we'll click over here to the next slide. Performing arts. Over 33% of our students are in the performing arts. So there is a lot of involvement in the theater, in choir, band, all the different types of theater, and there is over 30 different performances, concerts, and gallery shows every year on our campus. So if you're interested in the performing arts, I highly recommend you check out what we're doing here because there is a lot of exciting things happening. Over a third, closer to 40% of our students are athletes. So 40% of our students are involved in a varsity athletic sport. So we have 24 different athletics teams. We compete at the NCAA Division III level, which means there are no athletic scholarships, but there is great merit scholarships here at Pacific, which I will touch on in just a second. If maybe you're not at that serious of a level, or you want to just do it more recreational, we do have over 30 intramural and club sports that you could participate in. Handball, racquetball, club, there's intramural, dodgeball and kickball and softball, volleyball, basketball. So there is lots of options if you are interested in more of the intramural level of competition. Sounds awesome. How do I get there? How do I get to be a boxer? First thing you have to do is apply. So if you're watching this as a junior, you'll want to start the common application and essay. You will want to start that most likely in August. So August is when the common application typically opens. So you will want to make sure that you have that written down. And then all it takes to apply here at Pacific is the common application, which includes an essay and your official transcript. That is if you are over a 3.0 GPA. If you're under a 3.0 GPA, you might still be admissible, but you might need to submit additional information, whether that's a letter of recommendation from a teacher, maybe an extra essay as to why your grades might be a little low, or something like that. But if you're over a 3.0, we are test optional. And you would not need letters of recommendation because obviously if you're doing well in high school, then you are a good student. So the transcripts sent directly from your high school, they cannot come from you. They do need to come to us at Pacific in our admissions from your school. So kind of the timeline, we discussed it a little bit. The common application opens in August. The fall, if you're watching this, hopefully the FAFSA is a little better and smoother next year. This year it was a little bit delayed, a lot delayed. So hopefully you're submitting that FAFSA in the fall of this year or early 2025. We have early action. Early action is different than early decision. Early decision, we do not have. That is where you put your application in at one school. And if you are admitted, you are committed. So that is early decision, where we are an early action school. So that means that if you get your application submitted to us by November 1st, then you are eligible for all the scholarships that you might qualify for here at Pacific. It's not committal, it's non-binding, and it's free. So if you're watching this or you're interested at all in Pacific, I highly recommend you at least submit your application and see if we can admit you and see what level of scholarship we offer. However, if you can't get it in by November 1st, that is fine, as we also have an early action deadline too, which would be a little bit later, but I encourage you, the sooner you can get your application in, the sooner you'll get a good news phone call, hopefully from your admissions counselor, letting you know that you are admitted. But sounds expensive. Well, 99% of our students receive financial aid, 99%. So our merit scholarships are the biggest scholarship. You do not have to apply for anything else besides your application and transcript, and then you will be eligible to receive an academic merit scholarship. Those range from $20,000 to $30,000 per year, so renewable for all 4 years, between $20,000 and $30,000, so $80,000 to $120,000 based on your high school transcripts GPA. So the better you do academically, the higher your grades, the more money you can get to go to college. So if you're looking at your grades and you're struggling a little bit, maybe that will help with a little bit of motivation. That the better your grades are, the more money that you'll qualify for when you decide to go to college. So in addition to the merit scholarship, which is based on your academic performance, we also offer talent scholarships that range between $2,500 and $10,000 per year. So that $10,000 per year, those talent scholarships are not athletic. Those are music, theater, art, forensics, which is speech and debate, community service, math, science. Those are the areas that we have talent scholarships. So if you are interested in those, reach out to your counselor. We're happy to get you more information about the different talent awards that we offer here at Pacific. easy money. The visit scholarships at Pacific, you attend, we do offer some virtually. So it'd be 3 hours on a Friday or Saturday morning, similar to this. You hear from a student panel, a faculty panel, financial aid gives a presentation. You hear from admissions and you get a tour. Some of them are done virtually, like this, like I said, and some of them are on campus. I highly recommend you try to visit campus so you can get a feel for the atmosphere. But if you can't, I would definitely still recommend doing one of the virtual ones because this is a $4,000 scholarship, $1,000 each year for all 4 years. Pretty easy scholarship. So definitely recommend. We will be posting these on our admissions website in early summer, and we will also be emailing out. If you're watching this now, you probably will be on our mailing list since you signed up for this event. So we will let you know when the fall senior preview scholarship days are occurring. Stay tuned. Connect with your admissions counselor. Like I was just speaking about, we all are assigned to different territories, so we get to work with different students based on where you live. So if you're interested in meeting who your admissions counselor will be, we got to meet 3 of my amazing colleagues earlier, Gracie, Devin, and Uncle Jeff. So if you are from Hawaii or the Bay Area of California, you would also have one of my other colleagues, Donna. Donna is not able to join us today, and Derek does everything East Coast and Alaska, Montana, the places that don't have many people. That's Derek's territories. So we also have Justin McRobert, who does our transfers, and a few of our select undergraduate freshman admits. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of those counselors, or you can reach out to me, or you can send an email to that email that you see there on the screen, and we would be happy to get you connected to your counselor. But that's about the end of my presentation, this part of the event. So we will now have about 5 to 10 minutes of questions and answers, hopefully answers. If not answers, we will definitely do the research and get back to you when we do have an answer. So if you're watching this live, feel free to drop. I do have a couple of questions in the chat that we will get to. So I will take a look at these. Okay, great. First question. Thank you so much for these. Are there any events or activities or tours available during the summer? Absolutely. Great question. We do have events during the summer. We have what we call the Oregon Private Colleges Week, Oregon Private Colleges Week, Colleges Week. And that is daily tours at, I believe there's 10 different Oregon universities that participate. So you can go see a school in the morning, go to another school in the afternoon. That is, I believe, the last week of July or early August. I think it's the last weekend of July. We'll be sending out more information absolutely about that. You can also sign up for a daily tour. And that is available on the admissions website also. So you can see there, you can go plan a trip, come visit us. That would be great. Let's see, do you offer study abroad? Great question. We have over 35 different locations around the world where students can study. We have a fall semester, we have a spring semester, we have a full year study abroad options, or we have our winter term travel courses. Those are a 2 or 3 week period where the students travel. You can get a full semester's worth of credit during that 3 week period. And that is, they go to, this year I know one group did the science of surfing, where they went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks and did some surfing, which was an incredible time. I heard from everybody that I know that went. So there is a lot of studying options overseas, whether you want to get completely immersed into that culture and study for a whole semester or year, or if you just want to go for a couple weeks, you can do the Jan term class. Are you required to live on campus? Yes, if you live outside of 20 miles of Forest Grove, you are required to live on campus for your first 2 years. After 2 years, you can decide to stay on campus. You are guaranteed housing for all 4 years. If you would like, you are required the first 2. You can have a car on campus as a freshman. I don't necessarily recommend it. Lots of freshmen that have cars, they kind of just sit there parked. But you are allowed to have a car on campus as a freshman if you would like. There is a lot of, well, I guess 40% of our students move off campus junior and senior year in either one of the apartments or the houses near campus. Do we accept outside scholarships? Yes, outside scholarships are your friend. Find outside scholarships. So with those merit, talent, visit scholarships that we talked about, any additional scholarships that you're able to bring in, stack on top of those. So I highly, highly recommend starting now, even as a junior, start doing your research and finding outside scholarships, start applying, start figuring out when the deadlines are, and get prepared for that. Good questions. Absolutely. We do accept outside scholarships. Athletes, how do we get in touch with coaches? How do we get in touch with coaches? That is a great question. We are on our goboxers.com website. There's a list of all the different sports that we offer, and on each coach's profile is their email. So I encourage you, if you're interested in playing a collegiate sport, reach out to the coaches. You're welcome to CC one of your admissions counselors or myself or Uncle Jeff. I'm not sure if you mentioned, but he is the athletics liaison. So he is your ally as well. But if you have questions about coaches or how to get in touch with them, also feel free to reach out to your admissions counselor, or their emails are available directly on our goboxers.com website. What is the town of Forest Grove like? Forest Grove is a town of about 26,000 people. Lots of locally owned restaurants. It's definitely that college town atmosphere where a lot of them have black and red banners and pennants in their windows. It's definitely a smaller town. You definitely have to go through some cornfields and vineyards to get out here to Forest Grove, but it is, the university was built in 1849 and the town of Forest Grove was built around the university. So our public library, police station, fire station are all right across Pacific Avenue. So what is the food like? That's one that I might save because I want you to hear from some of our students. I love the food. I will say that. When we get to experience and enjoy the university center, the UC dining, I am always a fan. But we can ask that question. I'll save that one, and the food is good, right, Uncle? So we will save that one. I know you can get rice with every meal. They do some really good Loco Moco plate lunches for our friends from Hawaii and friends not from Hawaii. I enjoy it, and I am an Oregonian. So, but we will definitely ask more about the food when we have Andrew and Precious join us in just a couple minutes. We will start the tour, but we will take right now, for the people that are watching live, about a 3-minute chance to run, grab a drink, use the restroom. I will pause the recording. So if you're watching this live, you have a tiny break. If you're watching this on replay, push pause and then go do what you need to do, and then come back and push resume, because there won't be a pause in this recording, or enough of a pause for you. So I will pause it. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back with our amazing tour guides, Precious and Andrew, right after this. Pause. And we're back. Here we are. We're about to start the tour, so we will get out on our leapfrog tour. So we will see if we are able to get this updated. So I will put this from the Andrew, the tour guide. Andrew, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Tell us where you're at.
Yeah, so my name's Andrew. I'm a senior. I'm from Beaverton, Oregon, so about 30 minutes east from here. I'm a public health and political science double major. And right behind me is Knight Hall. This is where all of your admissions counselors come here to work. That's where I come to work as well. So if you have any questions or anything like that, you can feel free to call us, send us an email. We're also walk in person Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. And we are here to help you.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. I am getting Precious set up. I believe Precious is on Devin's phone. So I'm getting that changed to Tour Guide 2. And we will kick it over to you, Precious.
Hi folks, my name is Precious. I'm like half a junior, half a senior here at Pacific. I'm majoring in multimedia arts with a concentration in graphic design and communication. I'm a member of our women's soccer team. I'm a part of Nahamana'o Hawaii, and I'm also part of our transfer club here on campus. Our second stop here on this tour is our campus public safety office. We commonly call them CPS, not to get confused with Child Protective Services. They're more like our moms and dads here on campus though. If you're locked out of your room, you can give them a call and they'll unlock your room for you. If you bring a car to campus and your battery dies, you can give them a call and they'll jump it to you free of charge. Or if you need somebody to talk to, they're very involved within our Pacific community, like our student body. So you'll see them walking around pretty often. And then we're actually gonna walk a little bit this way. Because in addition to our CPS office, I'm also gonna show you guys our Student Health and Counseling Center. Wow, this street is popping right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we also have our Student Health and Counseling Center, and we'll take a pause right over here. On the right side of this building, we have our Student Health Center. So if you're not feeling well, we do have doctors and pre-med students that are getting their infield hours here, and you can get checked out by a doctor or nurse. You can set up an appointment online or by phone call. And then you can also visit our counseling centers on the other side of this building. And if you're struggling with your mental health or you need emotional support, we do have counselors and therapists on hand to help you work through whatever needs to be worked through. Our counseling center works very closely with our our athletics department to check on the mental health of our student athletes.
Awesome. Thank you, Precious. We'll let you get off to your next stop. And we will turn this over to you, Andrew. You're up.
Hi, everyone. So I am currently near downtown Forest Row. So back behind me, there's a bunch of different really good food restaurants and eateries around the neighborhood. So whether it's Rich Walker Brewery, Honolulu Fish and Grill, Sunrise Bakery, Pizza Schmitza, Pak Thai, FG Sushi, there's a bunch of diverse different options that you can explore around here. And you also get really good college discounts because they all know we're broke college students, which is super amazing. In the late spring and early fall, we have a really cool farmers market on Wednesdays in the evenings that quite literally just start where this van is and it goes throughout the entire city. So you're able to get some nice, really good fresh produce and some ready to go meals. Also out over here, this gray building over here, you see this little wooden sign over here. This is our outdoor pursuit building. So that is our main recreation on campus. So those are the guys and gals that do hiking, snowboarding, skiing, surfing, whitewater rafting, canoeing, kayaking, and a bunch of different events that involve getting outdoors, getting outdoor excursions and that kind of stuff. And we also do classes as well. So on Fridays during the spring, we take students to Mount Hood and learn how to ski and snowboard, and you actually get college credit out of that. Same thing with kayaking, canoeing, and a bunch of different other activities as well. So it's a lot of fun and it's a really fun time, and you should really enjoy it while you're here at Pacific.
Andrew, question. Does it cost the rental for items? Is there like a small fee? Is it free? How does that work? Do you know that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So your first trip, oh yeah, you guys coming through, sorry. So your first trip is actually credited. So they give you a specific discount. So I went on my first trip back in my junior year to the Oregon coast to learn how to surf, and I got my wetsuit, I was gonna say snowboard, surfboard, and travel was all paid for. So I didn't have to pay for anything like that. But for Pacific students, it's all discounted, and so they have their rates online as well as in person. So if you ever want to check them out, we can throw the link in the chat for you guys. We also have it open to community members as well, and staff and faculty as well. So you can always do like a little class trip, which is a lot of fun as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. We'll let you get going to your next stop, and we will turn this over back to you, Precious. Tell us where you're at. Tell us where you found on campus.
Hi, folks. We're currently at our Spirit Bench. This is the only place that you can legally graffiti anything here on campus. Our Spirit Bench is one of the ways that our students are able to showcase their pride for something. For example, we currently have it painted for Senior Projects Day. And that was just to cheer on our seniors who were presenting their capstones this past Wednesday. We also have Tom Miles Theater Beyond the Trees. Tom Miles Theater is where you can find our drama and our dance majors. We have our dance studio to the left and our classrooms to the right. Once a semester, our dance and drama majors put on a recital and a play. They usually cost $1 to $5 for students, and sometimes the members of the community also perform here at Tom Miles Theater. And then we'll walk this way really quickly. And the last building in our segment is going to be Marsh Hall. This is our academic center here on campus. Starting from the bottom floor, we have our IT department, and they basically fix anything and everything that can't be fixed by turning your device on and off. We also have a computer lab down there. On like our main floor, we have something that I call the Big Three. I call it the Big Three because it's your registrar, your financial aid, and your student accounts all in one area. And they are so very closely related to one another that you can hop onto each window if you have any questions. Our average class size is around 19 to 20 students, and our professor to student ratio is 1 to 10. On the floor above that, we have more classrooms. And on the top floor, we have our president's office and other very important people. But as students, we usually don't go up there and visit them.
Awesome. Thank you. Hopefully, if you do visit the third floor of Marsh, it's not because you're in trouble or headed to the president's office. All right, we'll head it back to Andrew. Andrew, we're ready for you. Where are you?
Yeah, so I'm right in front of Old College Hall. So this is our first ever university building ever. So the university was founded in 1849. So to put that in perspective, Oregon didn't officially become recognized as a state until 1851. But in here is where we do our little famous shake, sign, and ring ceremony. So when you first enter Pacific, you basically, there's like a whole line that forms out in front of here, but that's where you shake the president's hand. You sign this big catalog book and you say your name and then what like the date is. And then you ring the bell, which you can't see, but it's at the very top. And there's a huge rope that comes down. And then you ring it. And then you're like officially a Pacific student, officially. And then you do the exact same thing when you graduate. So it's a little entrance and exit ceremony, which is a lot of fun. So not only do you get your college degree, you also have your name in a book twice, which is a lot of fun. But over here as well, next door to that, we have Carnegie Hall, which is home to our social sciences faculty in a few classrooms. So that is home to psychology and sociology offices, as well as our public health lab is in there as well.
Okay. What about, so you said sign, shake, ring, and that happens orientation. And when did you say they do it again?
Yeah, they do it the second time when they graduate. So usually it's like a few days before graduation or like the Friday before. So it just depends on the year, but most of the time it's like the Friday before graduation.
Awesome. What a great tradition. Thank you, Andrew. We'll let you get off to your next stop. And we will turn this back to Precious. Precious, are you there? Knock, knock. Hello. Boom. We see you. Where are
Welcome
you?
back to my YouTube channel. We are currently at Pacific Hall or Alcoin Hall. This is where our study abroad program is located. For those interested in studying abroad, you can study abroad in your fall semester, your spring semester, or you can do a short-term study abroad during our Jan term. There's not a specific subject that's taught in Alcoin. There's kind of like a variety of things that are taught within Alcoin. But this is our most newly renovated building. It was under construction during our fall semester where we added new windows, new study pods, and we also added a computer lab for my media majors. Yeah, and then we're gonna turn this way. Here's Trombley Square. This is where you'll see students hanging out. Hey, Caitlin. This is where you'll see students hanging out during the warmer months. My favorite addition is the Christmas lights that we put up when we lost an hour during daylight savings. So it was a little more homey to walk around with the Christmas lights because it got dark a lot earlier. And then we have Tim and Kathy Tran Library. Tim and Kathy were international students that studied here at Pacific. And they were able to give back to Pacific by creating or giving our library new upgrades. Our library is a LEED certified building for its sustainability. We have study rooms very similar to Alcoin throughout the second floor. And all the study rooms come with your whiteboard, your desk, and the bigger ones come with couches. The study rooms in the library are my favorite place to do like group projects, so we're not all crammed in one dorm room. In addition to the study rooms in the library, we also have a 24-hour study room that's accessible via your Boxer card. And it has a computer lab, it has desks, it has couches, and just space for students to work. We also have student-led tutoring within our libraries. The tutoring is free, but as a tutorer, you get paid. The tutors are appointed by their peers and professors for excelling in a subject or showing an amount of growth within a subject. And they can help you proofread your paper, study for exams. They just won't do your homework for you. Our library also has a Boxer maker space that has our 3D printer.
Precious, where do you study on campus? Where do you have a secret spot? Do you study in your residence hall room? Where do you get your studies done?
Well, if you must know my secrets, I personally love to study in the University Center. I'm kind of a little different than most of my other friends. I can't study in like quiet rooms. Like I have to be someplace where it's like loud, it's active. It just helps me focus a lot better. So I usually study in the University Center, which is where I believe Andrew will take you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Precious. We'll see you soon. Andrew, tell us a little bit about where you are. You are not at the UC.
My next
You
stop.
are.
Oh, I am at our Taylor Mead Auditorium. So this is our Performing Arts Center. So this is home to our choirs as well as our music department. So if you ever want to learn how to play an instrument, you already know how to play an instrument, that kind of stuff. All of that is done in here, as well with a big auditorium in there for our performing arts events. Right next door, it's kind of blocked by these really pretty trees, but that is our Berglund, or excuse me, I don't know why I'm solar blistering right now. Berglund Hall. So it is home to our College of Business and College of Education. So College of Education, we actually operate an elementary school in the first floor. So every once in a while you'll see little kids running around, having fun, playing recess, that kind of stuff. So if you're ever into like teaching, wanting to get more hands-on experience with kids, that can be done in there. and then as well as the College of Business. So being in Oregon, you are in one of the prime spots for really great, well-known businesses in Oregon. So we have really great alumni relationships, and you get internships and practicum experiences with companies like Nike, Intel, Adidas, Columbia, Hydro Flask, a bunch of different businesses throughout the country, but also in Oregon as well. So you're able to get really good internship experiences out of that.
Nice. That is, you said Hydro Flask. Is that accurate?
I think so. They're in Oregon. I would assume so.
I
Yeah,
think
don't-
so too. I think you're right. I was just double checking. No, I'm giving Andrew a hard time. We'll let him get off to his next spot. Thank you, Andrew. Precious, are you still en route or have you gotten close? We will give you a second or two because we are checking in right now from, looks like maybe Barbara's Garden. Where are you?
Crazy seeing you guys here. Welcome to our Four Corner Garden. We call it the Four Corner Garden because every season a new corner blooms. This is a new addition that we've just put in recently. We just put out our umbrellas and our different picnic tables. But this is currently Strange Science Corner. Over here is our biology building. So any biology related labs, professors, classrooms, they're all located within these 3 floors. And then anything chemistry related is located in this building over here. Yeah, your chemistry labs, professors, classrooms, all within this building. And then behind me, we have Price Hall, which is where our mathematics majors, our mathematics professors, and our mathematics classes are held.
Awesome, great. Four Corners Garden is beautiful. The wisteria, you didn't know, that's what those grape-like flowers hanging down there are called. Over the arch there, beautiful. They look like little bunches of grapes, and they're only in the ground on the other side there, and then they have them hanging all the way along there. Beautiful. There's the garden and the greenhouse and the area with the picnic tables. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. We are getting close to the next stop. We will have Andrew when we turn it back over to him. We will see. This is exciting for me too, you guys. Just so you know, I'm not making this up. See, Precious is showing you the beautiful garden as we are giving a little bit of delay time. So look at that. And then there's our camera guy. That is amazingly smooth quality film work that you two are doing. That looks fantastic. So we'll see, because we'll see where Andrew pops up around campus. They are on a golf cart or 2, so they are using golf carts. They do move quickly around campus, but they are on golf carts. So next stop, I just got word that Andrew has made it, and we're gonna let Precious swim off to her next spot, and we are gonna turn it over to you in the UC. Andrew, you're up.
Hi, everyone. So welcome to the University Center. So this is our dining hall / student center. So right behind over here, this little glass area, this is Bon Appetit. This is our catering service. So they do our buffet style meals. So we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and brunch and dinner on the weekends. So how this works is that all freshmen and sophomores are required to have a meal plan, and we have meal plans 1 through 4. 4 being you get every single meal of the day. So that is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then brunch on the weekends. And then meal plan 1, you want to eat like 1 meal a day. You want to make your own food in the communal kitchen and that kind of stuff. And then 2 and 3 are variations of those. And they're all the same price. The difference is the declining balance you can spend at our little Starbucks over here. So Starbucks, kind of similar to how you see every other Starbucks, coffee, sweet treats, all that kind of good stuff. And then our market space. So our market space, sweet treats, ready to go meals, sushi, super popular. That's all done in there. So as I was saying before, because I went too fast in that part, The declining balance, so they're all the same price. The difference is the declining balance and like meal swipes you get. So meal plan 4 is every single meal. So you get less declining balance, so less money. And we can drop a link on what the prices are for that. I think it's like 250 a semester, if I believe correctly. And then meal plan 1 is about 600, if I remember correctly. So basically more swipes, less money, more money, less swipes.
That makes sense. This is the university center where Precious says she likes to study.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So you see people here studying right now. Also, before I forget, I should really plug our bookstore, which is kind of in the back corner. You can cut through the Starbucks. There's an alley right there. So you can buy boxer merch. You can buy textbooks. All your textbooks can be purchased there. School supplies, if you forget. Then also on your first floor, we have a multi-purpose room used for our club events, and then our mail room. So any care packages from home, FedEx, Amazon, online shopping, all can be shipped here to the university, and you have the same mailbox your entire time you're here.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Precious. Oh,
my
hey.
God. Hey guys. We are currently in our quad here at Pacific University. We can do a quick little 360. We have our sand volleyball courts, our red rocking chairs. And then this is kind of the quad that you'll see lots of our students on during the warmer months. You'll see them playing spike ball. Sometimes they're playing football, or they're trying to tan with the UV index of 3. Sometimes they even do picnics out here, or they'll be painting. But yeah, this is our quad. We also have our Walter Hall, our McCormick Hall, and then our Cascade Hall, which is our underclassmen dorms. And I see my best friend right now. Hey girl. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about the quad?
You said that they suntan when there's a UV ray 3. I believe just the other day you told me you had been out sunbathing. Was that true?
Well, that was when it was 4. That's different.
Oh, okay. As long as it's 4, you can get that good glow.
That is
I
very true. I'll
understand.
see you later. Yep, like 4, sometimes 5. I think next week we might hit 6. Fingers
Okay.
crossed.
Usually they joke that you don't tan, you rust because it rains here, but when the sun comes out, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Well, thank you, Precious. We will turn it over as Andrew, he's cruising, probably getting, oh, he's there. Look, who's there? Knock, knock.
Hi, everyone. Come on. Welcome to my crib. You guys are probably too young to know that. I mean, I never watched it, but anyway, so I'm in Walter. So this is one of our freshman residence halls. So this is a double, or this meaning 2 people live in here. So what comes in the room is the bed, the frame. There's these little cabinet drawers underneath, and then all these built-ins, and then right behind us is a little desk and then chair. So this is what a double is. They're really, really big. Like I'm 6 feet tall. This is like, I don't know, is this 24? Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's big. So you got a lot of space in here. I fit like groups of like 25, 30 people for tours, stuff like that. So it's a really big room. So the way housing works, so once you deposit and everything like that at the end of your senior year, Residence Life will send you a little email. It says, hey, we want you to fill out a matchmaking survey, is what we like calling it. So that's where they ask you a series of questions being like, hey, are you neat? Are you clean? Are you clean as in like, are you like organized? Do you keep your room messy? Do you stay up late? Do you wake up early in the morning? Sports we like to keep together just because you're on the same schedule, that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, then you get paired with a roommate. Unless you already know someone coming to the university, you're able to pair up with them. And then there's also other questions, like they have gender affinity ones, so like the LGBTQ wing. And then there's also like, you want like a male only wing, female only wing, that kind of stuff. Also in here, we have our communal kitchens. Well, not in this unit right here, but we have communal kitchens as well as communal bathrooms as well. So there's also lots of space. Oops, sorry. There's people coming in, apologies. But there's also communal kitchens as well as entertainment spaces. So you can play video games with your friends, watch movies, that kind of stuff. And then one last thing before I forget, there's also laundry. So laundry is completely free. You don't have to pay like any coins or anything like that, or any money or anything like that. Just gotta bring your clothes, detergent, and then dryer sheets if you want. So a lot of pluses, and there's also a few different buildings which you want to go look at on our TikTok page. Precious and Shelly made some really great videos of what actual like buildings look like and floor plans and stuff like that. So plug in our TikTok page, but you can also see it on our Residence Life page with all the different buildings we'll be seeing around campus.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. We will have some questions for you at the next stop, but I'm just so anticipating what and where is Precious on campus? Where in the Boxer? Hello, Precious.
Here we are at our life-size Boxer here on campus. A Boxer is what was gifted to us after we decided as a Pacific University that we didn't want to be the Badgers anymore. So it was gifted to us. It is a Chinese Chilean. It is very similar to the dragons that you guys see sitting outside like Chinese temples as protectors or guardians. But it is made out of 100% recycled material and was made by a local artist. You can't tell, but it's pinned down on all fours, so it's not going anywhere.
Why would a Boxer go anywhere?
Well, what happened was when we decided we didn't want to be the Badgers anymore and we were gifted our original Boxer, our students participated in something called the Boxer Toss, where we fought over our Boxer and eventually it disappeared. But within the past couple of years, we had pieces of our original Boxer returned to us as people started cleaning out their grandparents' attic or basement. And I will say, I believe at least a month ago, we had our original Boxer returned to us, and it's currently in safekeepings in the CPS office.
Top secret info, you heard it. Thank you, Precious. We'll let you get off to your next stop. I think we have Andrew coming back to us soon, sooner than later, but not quite yet. But we will have a couple questions. At this next stop, maybe we will ask for Andrew's. Let's go, Precious. Precious, unmute for us there.
Yeah.
Tell us, what's your favorite place to eat around Pacific's campus? Where do you like to eat?
My favorite place to eat is Forest Grove Sushi. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. My favorite place is Forest Grove Sushi. I am pretty picky about my sushi as somebody that comes from the islands, but they're one of the only places that are not only affordable, but their sushi is really, really good. But I will say I really love the food carts around here too.
Good food carts. Good food
Oh, we have
carts.
Bestie food carts, and then we also have like I want to say Union Station, the one in Hillsboro. I just love food carts because I'm very indecisive and I never know what I really want. But food carts just, there's always so many options.
Absolutely. There is a lot of good food options around Pacific's campus. So thank you. I think we got to see our other half of the Leapfrog tour zipping by there on the golf cart. So we'll let you guys get to yours golf cart and we will flip it back over here in just a short time to what? Oh, hello, Andrew. Inside. Ready, go.
Hello, so this is our athletic department. Oh, okay. Hi, we are in Solar Center. So this is our athletic department as well as our kinesiology department. So right over here to my right is our fitness center. So between 7 a.m. and 11:30 at night, Monday through Thursday, with Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and people with shorter times, you're basically able to come in here and work out. So we have anything from treadmills, rowing machines, bikes, weights, all that kind of good stuff. So you see so many students out here working right now, working out. You can also get a really nice work study job over here, so it's a little plug for my athletic side. I also get paid to kind of sit there. Nothing, which is really nice. So I basically just sit there and monitor students and make sure no one's like getting injured or anything like that. And minimum wage here is really, really high. It's $15.45 an hour, I think, something like that, with it going up in July. So you'll have a lot of money and be able to have a really flexible schedule, which is really nice. And we're gonna walk over this way because into our gym real quick. So part of our gym, so when there's no practices going on, any games or anything like that, you're able to enjoy the gym. I'm gonna double check and make sure there's no one in there right now.
It is a little skippy, a little jumping. I will tell you that hopefully you are in the gym now. So show us what's happening in there now, Andrew.
So right now, basketball is practicing, but basically when they're not having practices or anything like that, you're able to come in your gym and have some fun with your friends. So whether it's like renting out a basketball, playing some pickup, playing volleyball, you're able to enjoy the space, you'll be able to get a nice good workout in. We also hold some big events here on campus as well. So as Brand's background shows, we host a big annual Luau Huike in the biggest one in the Pacific Northwest. On the second side, 2,000 people every single year ship stuff up to Hawaii and bring a bunch of parents, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, here to answer more questions because I highly doubt Precious guys are back because they're taking a little longer than they should be.
What is your favorite restaurant around campus, Andrew?
Yes, I love Bridgewalker Brewery because the hamburgers are so great. The pretzels, the Bavarian soft pretzels are amazing. The best. Definitely say I'd say Honolulu Fish and Grill is pretty good, or FG Sushi is really good as well. But I also love fast food, so Sonic is definitely a big plus every day.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew and Shelly. We were sounded a little bit like we were underwater there for a second, but that's okay. Because we are now we're going back to Precious. Where's Precious? But I don't see Precious. Precious. Oh, hey, Precious, can we get you to stop work? Oh, hey.
Sorry, guys. Since we're
Working
at
out.
Solar Center, or sorry, we're at Hampton Stadium, I had to get a quick stretch in because we have our field and our track here. We have the biggest field in our Pacific Northwest Conference, but because we have our soccer field on top of a football field on top of a lacrosse field. And then here is our track. Our track and field are not only shared between the students of Pacific University, but it's also shared with the members of Forest Grove community. So it's very common to see people out here pushing strollers or grandma and grandpa running stairs. There's also lots of like sporting camps that's held by the community and hosted here at Pacific University. We also have our baseball field out there and then our softball field out there. One of my favorite features of Hampton Stadium is the cover that's above our crowd so they can stay dry and out of the sun. And lastly, one of our best features here at Pacific University is our barber pole that we hold a world record for. It's to commemorate our barber Cortez that originated here in Forest Grove that annually come back to sing. And yep.
That is literally the tallest barber pole in the world.
Literally.
Not even just
All
saying
facts,
it's a
no
tall barber.
printer.
It is the reason to choose Pacific. No, just joking. But if we're tied, right? Like if it's even with another school, taller barber pole.
Again,
We are taking questions. If you want to ask our Precious any questions, she would probably be willing to answer them if she knows the answer, or if she doesn't, I'm sure she would even make something up to entertain us all, but I don't know. I think Let's see, do we have anything else? So that is the field for soccer. And then the football team uses your soccer field also. And the lacrosse team uses the soccer field also. We know that is Precious's soccer field. So with that, thank you. Thank you so much to our amazing tour guide, Precious, and Andrew. You guys were phenomenal. That was a great presentation of our campus. So if you guys kind of gotten a feel for some of the buildings and areas, but to get the feel of the size, hopefully you can come visit. We will have a few more minutes. If anybody wants to hop on, there's amazing Gracie who might be able to help us answer some questions if we have any pop up in the chat. If not, we do not need to keep you guys here just to kill time. But if there is any questions in your live, feel free to drop them in. If there are no questions, or if you're watching this on replay and you have a question, yeah, all of our contact information is on our website, which is pacificu, don't forget the u.edu, pacificu.edu, and you can go to admissions and all of our information's on there. So we will see, we'll give it another 10 to 15 seconds to see if there is any questions, or if not, we can wrap up. But thank you guys so much for watching live, and thank you even more for sticking around watching on replay. Well, thank you equally, I guess. I don't want to thank one of you more than the other, but that's about all we have. So hopefully you can come out and visit. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Olivia, so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the presentation and the tour. That was entertaining for me as well. I know I enjoyed it. So thank you, Precious. Thank you, Andrew. You guys are rock stars. And yeah, that's all we have. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you on our campus soon. We'd love to have you come visit. And we will have Gracie say the last goodbye, and then I will stop the recording. I'm going to put it on you, Gracie.
Thank you everyone so much for spending your afternoon with us on a Friday. It was so nice to see your names pop up. We can't wait to connect with you more. Hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks so much, guys.
Awesome. Bye-bye.